The EC and let's start from the 2018 and the installation of the new electoral commissioner. From that point onwards, by all the yardsticks you can bring up, the EC was converted into an extension of the MPP. With the sole purpose of entrenching President Akufo-Addo and the MPP in power. In point of fact, it has always been a primary objective of the MPP to entrench itself in power, to make it impossible for it to be removed through the popular will. In the period 2001 to 2008 under President Akufo, they tried to take over the procurement functions of the Electoral Commission. When that was rebuffed, they brought up some allegations about the EC chair's involvement in some illegal forex, something illegal to do with foreign exchange. And with that hanging over his head, they went ahead to steal the 2004 elections. At that time, my friends in the NDC were dazed from their loss in 2000. And they also had, at the head of their party, people who had sworn that so long as they were in charge, Professor Mills would never become president. Okay. Now, that 2004 election that was stolen, there was a lot of preparation that went into it, including preparations of newspaper headlines and articles, okay, by the gentleman who now chairs the Media Commission. Okay. People in the NDC saw what was going on, basically with the transmission of the results, the transposition of, I think there are two constituencies where that came in, Pru and Sene. Then there was this mole in the NDC headquarters who called the MPP and told them that, hey, you guys, they've discovered your agenda, which was what prompted gov't to announce the results of our election on GBC, presented the Electoral Commissioner with a fait accompli. We know that those matters went to court. The court ruled that the quote-unquote exhibits should be preserved, but they were destroyed. And the rest, as they say, is history. All this had been preceded by that statement that J.H. Mensah made. I think he was addressing a rally where he said that by the time they are finished, the opposition would cease to exist, or words to that effect. Then you have MPP coming under Nana-Addo. He didn't go about it in a roundabout way. He went directly for the jugular. He replaces the EC chair who had declared him winner and installs someone who was willing to work and to convert the commission to an extension of the MPP, which is what we have. I hear my friend, the lawyer, Pierre Damkwa, speaking for the, what is it, Alliance for
Movement for Change.
Okay. Say with a lot of conviction and certainty that you're going to what? Throw them out.
Sack them.
Sack them. I don't think it's going to happen. They cannot leave power. And they are doing any and everything to hold on to power. In their own words, they will not hold a stick and let a dog bite them. And they've spoken to it severally. They've spoken about the million ways that they have. Okay. Now, there's an important part of our history that many people are not aware of. Following the serial defeats in 51, in 54, sorry, yes, and then in 56, today's MPP, going back to its ancestors, developed various ways and means of, as they say, leveling the electoral, what's the word they use? Leveling the electoral pitch. And one of the tried and tested means that they had was multiple registration. So you register as many times as you can, and even when you are absent, physically absent, it provides room for various manipulations. Fast forward into the Fourth Republic. A certain gentleman comes into town. He has spent all his time in the UK. He doesn't know about this history of the party. But he says, oh, you know what? We need biometric register. That would make it impossible. Because by then, and that's what one of the things that the MPP is very good at, projecting onto its opponents what itself does. So by then, the belief was widespread that, oh, the NDC won up to that point because of multiple voting in their strongholds. So a biometric register would even the playing field. Initially, my friends in the NDC were opposed to this. Then someone stepped on their toes and told them that, hey, this might work in your interest. So they agreed. So one of the best elections I had was with the biometric. When the biometric register come into effect?
I think it was for the 2012 elections, I think so.
Yes. Okay. But subsequently, they went back to their history and realized that no, following this wise young man who didn't know about our history, we have thrown away a big advantage. So under Jean Mensah and the new EC, there has been a relentless drive, first of all, to abandon consensus as a basis for electoral management and decision making, and also the introduction of opacity. So they've insisted regional coalition. That makes it possible for padding. Now if we are to do a forensic analysis of the 2020 elections, you find out a significant difference, a large difference between those who voted for MPP parliamentary candidates and those who voted for the president. That cannot be explained by any logic. I mean, most people would vote. I mean, when you go in there, you are given
both the parliamentary and presidential ballots.
yes.
And no, please land for me.
Yes. But I'm saying that this business of introducing opacity and playing games with the register is going to be at the heart of 2024 elections. I'm certain that many persons will go to polling stations and not find their names. It will not be that their names are in, let's say, polling station A instead of B, but they may be in another region, another constituency. And you go around in search, after a few tries, what will you do?
Give up.
You give up and you go home. So I'm not so sanguine about this prospect of throwing the criminals out, as my brother is. But we live to see. It will be a serious indictment on the intelligence of Ghanaians if they retain this criminals in power. But they are determined. They have the EC, they have the courts, they believe they have the security establishment, they have the media. Even if some of them these days try to be, for their own credibility, bring up critical matters. But it's the same old game. I'm not so sanguine about the elections that we're about to have, but we live to see.